Hello, I'm Ken Trail from your Met Office. Today, I've been asked to explain away weather warfare as fog. We've all seen it, that thick, motionless sky vomit they keep calling fog. But what is it really? And more importantly, what the fuck are they trying to hide above it? They'll say fog is just a cloud on or near the ground. Convenient. It reduces visibility under 1,000 meters. Yeah, well, so does tear gas. Dense fog can cut it down to 100 meters or less, which is great if you're running black ops or hiding 5G tower work. It can disrupt travel, but mostly it disrupts your ability to ask, why does the sky look like printer paper every fucking day? As with clouds, fog is made of tiny water droplets, or so they say. But not all fog is equal. Some's local, some's tactical. Apparently there are types of fog, because branding the chemical haze helps the lie go down easier. They're classified by how the air gets saturated, or more accurately, how the sky gets bastardized. Radiation fog forms overnight when skies are clear and winds are light. You ever seen a truly clear night recently? Me neither. Land cools, air chills, and boom, out comes the sky blanket from hell. Condensation happens, because apparently we're all just meant to nod when they say sciencey things. Fog starts at the ground, then gets deeper, like government lies. They say it deepens from cooling at the top. I say it deepens when someone presses the wrong button on the HAARP console. They reckon this fog clears after sunrise. Depends if the sun's allowed to show up that day. In winter, it lingers longer because the sun's weak or because the sky's being geolocked. Sometimes it lasts all day. No shit. We've had 3 straight days of chemical chalk. Cold, grey, solar raising. Valley fog supposedly forms when cold air settles in valleys. That cold air condenses. Then comes the mist curtain of compliance. They'll blame temperature inversion, warmer air above trapping colder air below. But do they ever explain why that inversion seems to happen every bloody weekend now? Apparently it traps fog in the valley, or traps reality under a layer of climate theatre. They say calm conditions can keep this fog for days. Of course it can. It's sprayed into position. Advection fog sounds like a Marvel villain. Forms when warm, moist air moves over cold ground. I call it Tuesday. They love this example. Warm front over snow. Sure, January. Also common at sea. You know what else is common at sea? Military weather experiments. Winds push it to the coast. How convenient. Becomes coastal fog, becomes an excuse to cancel flights and reroute reality. Happens a lot on the East Coast, particularly spring and summer, when the North Sea's cold but the air's warming, or when they're running whatever grid testing nightmare they've cooked up that month. Scots call it ha. Eastern England says, Ken Trail calls it bollocks. Hill fog or upslope fog. This one's my favourite. They say it happens when wind climbs a hill and cools. Mate, that's not fog. That's orographic humiliation. Condensation happens, again, because no one questions vapour anymore. Evaporation fog, here we go, when cold air passes over warm water because apparently the fog waits for jacuzzi season. Warm water evaporates, meets cold air, does a little tango, forms fog. Allegedly. Condensation. The answer to every question they don't want to properly answer. They say evaporation fog is one of the most local types. Yeah, I've noticed. Always over my house. Happens over swimming pools or hot tubs or test sites in disguise. Cold air mass moves over warm seas, fog forms. So do questions. Especially in autumn when the sea's still warm but your trust in this forecast isn't. Freezing fog. Finally, something that sounds honest. Forms below zero. Supercooled droplets floating in mid-air like someone's turned the gravity settings down. They stay liquid until they smash into something and freeze on contact. Like your attention span when you watch this video. Forms rhyme. Looks pretty. Kills bikers. Mist and haze. Here comes the gaslighting finale. You ask, what's the difference between mist and fog? They'll say visibility range. I say whether or not you're looking up. Same droplets, different story. If you can see more than a kilometre, it's mist. If you can't, it's fog. If you can't remember sunlight, it's engineered. Haze is different. Dry particles in the air, not water. Invisible, but enough to change the look of the sky. Pleasant or murky. Depends if you've still got critical thought. Driving in fog. They saved the fear porn for last. Greatest hazard? Not being able to see what they're really doing. Use dipped headlights, avoid full beam. Unless you want to light up the psyop, use fog lights, then turn them off. Like your brain during this video. Watch your speed because time warps under low visibility, apparently. Don't follow tail lights, leave space, trust no one, especially not this forecast. Watch out for freezing fog, it can ice the roads, and your ability to think straight. Thanks for watching, unless you were actually paying attention. Subscribe, they say, so you never miss a weather explanation that forgets to mention the skies being tampered with in plain sight and were complicit by not mentioning it. They'll warn you about fog, but not about what's in it. Want to know why they really issue warnings? Start following Liam Stoneley. I have been Ken Trail, and that was Fog Science Damage Control. Please remember, if you watched it and you liked it, then share it for others to enjoy it as well. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.